Happy Purim, everyone. There are many commandments that we must perform today. The first one is to hear the reading of the Megillah. Secondly, we have to give gifts of food to our neighbors and friends. Thirdly, we have to give charity to the poor. And fourth commandment for today is to sit down and have a feast, a lavish meal with your family and friends. Purim is one of the most joyous holidays because it celebrates the survival of the Jewish people against all odds, despite the fact that in every generation they've risen up against us to destroy us. Starting with Haman, the first story of an anti-Semite attempting to destroy the Jewish people after the Jewish people went into exile, after the destruction of the first temple by the Babylonians. And in Persia, under King Ahasuerus, Haman plotted to kill all of the Jewish people. And the story begins when Mordechai would not bow down to Haman. And the question is, Haman is angry and decides to annihilate the Jewish people. And the question is, I could understand he was angry at Haman and he sought to destroy and kill Mordechai. But why would he want to take out revenge against all of the Jewish people? The other Jews were bowing down to him. And the answer obviously is that Haman wanted to destroy the Jews regardless. He only found an excuse now. And that's why Mordechai would not bow down to Haman, even though he was provoking him, because he realized you can never compromise with hate. You can never appease an anti-Semite. You could never satisfy their lust for hatred and destruction of the Jewish people, God forbid. But God performed miracles for the Jewish people during the story of Haman, and Esther intervenes and saves the Jewish people from the plot of wicked King Ahasuerus and Haman. And the lesson, obviously, for all of us is that, like Mordechai, we have to be proud Jews. We have to stand tall and never bow to our enemies and to the anti-Semites. And that is the way we overcome all of our adversaries in every single generation. They tell a story about a Jew who would come into the synagogue every morning, find a whiskey closet, and get drunk. And they once asked him, why do you drink every single day? And he said, I'll tell you why. He says, on the holiday of Purim, we're told to drink to the point that we don't know the difference between blessed is Mordechai and cursed is Haman. He said, but the truth is you could go back to every single day in Jewish history and find that somewhere, at some time in Jewish history, there was some evil person like Haman plotting and attempting to destroy the Jewish people. And therefore, the fact that we're here today means that every day is Purim, because every day we overcame someone's nefarious plans to annihilate the Jewish people. And therefore, I drink and celebrate every day of the year. That drunk had a point. The point is that every day of Jewish survival is a miracle that defies all understanding and logic. It's only because the hand of God writes history. And like the story of the Megillah, although God's hand is not revealed and mentioned throughout the Megillah, we know that God is always orchestrating all the events of history, just like the story of the Megillah. And that's why we, the tiny little Jewish nation, less than 1/4% of the world's population, has survived for close to 4,000 years, despite countless attempts from mighty regimes to annihilate us. And that's because God's divine hand has spared the Jewish people and saved us, because as God is eternal, the Jewish people are an eternal nation. Let us witness the miracle of Purim in our generation with the final and ultimate defeat of evil and the victory of goodness, righteousness, morality, and love. Have a happy and joyous Purim and celebrate it to the fullest. Chag Sameach.